Welcome back to Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. This is going to be a little bit interesting for the first segment of this video. It recorded without any microphone audio at all. I hadn't realized that I accidentally pressed the microphone mute button on my headset, and so there was no audio at all from the microphone. The game audio worked just fine, but so I'm just going to talk you through what's going on. Start of the day, I couldn't get into any of my tractors. Not a single one. At least not through using the normal entry method. So I ended up using tab, which put me in the combine. And once I exited the combine, everything went back to working correctly. I did a little bit of discussion right here in this portion, talking about having the fields all plowed and cultivated, and that yes, I realized that the corners got missed a little bit with the lime and the plowing and the fertilizing. I also talked about how there's a pretty bad weed infestation on the map right now, that we need to make sure that we don't suffer from that in our fields. And we went on from there to start looking after the animals. I got the animals all watered. I fed the ones that needed fed, and I gave straw to the cattle and horses. And you'll see that coming up in a moment. Additionally, I was contemplating during this point in time on buying Field 8, which is one of the grass fields that we did a contract in previously. You know, we've got quite a lot of silage and hay left from the field that we did, the big fields that we did the contract on. And that left us with quite a few bales, which is fine. You know, it's great because that means we don't have to worry about supplies for our animals for the winter. But a lot of that silage is going to go into the digester. And there's no guarantee in the future that I'll get the contracts to do that mowing again and be able to stock up, say, next game year. All right. Okay, so I've just jumped in the Land Rover here, and we're going to make a quick run over to the store. We're going to get a couple of clover bales up on the roof rack and get those back here for the sheep, just so that we have that for a little while for them as well. I'm only going to get 2. And however long it lasts is however long it lasts. We aren't, you know, we're not expecting wool out of them for the winter, of course, and we've only got a couple. So, well, a few, I should say. So I'm not too concerned about having them on the perfect feed all winter long. I might need to get the brakes on the Land Rover checked here. Go through the pass. And here we are coming up to the store. Everybody's out for a Sunday drive, it seems like. If they went any slower, I could take a nap. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go inside and get this dealt with, and I'll see you after. Alrighty. The shop here couldn't get me any clover currently. However, they did put me in contact with another farmer who had some available to sell, and I made arrangements for him to drop it off in my silo, so we will have to pay him for that after he's brought it to us. And whoops, boy, I really got to quit doing that. I'm so used to driving in the States. And I forget which side of the road I'm supposed to be on here. Alrighty. So another thing that I'm considering doing is purchasing field 8. It's a grass field, and we might even get one more cutting off of it this year. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt to try. And the reason, of course, that we would be looking at doing that is just for future proofing. We have a whole lot of silage and hay right now, thanks to the contract that we did, where we got to keep a lot of it. But you know, we don't want to have to count on that, right? Being the case every time. Crazy drivers, anyway. So I was gonna look into trying to buy it and seeing how much the owner wanted for it. Why don't we have a look at that right now? So, field 8. It's grass field right here. He wants hundreds, basically 177,000 for it. That's quite a lot. I can't currently afford that without taking out another loan, so I think we'll do that though, because I still have all that those silage bales. They're still fermenting, but once they are finished fermenting, you know, we just take them across the road to the BGA and get them sold and make bank, right? So let's just get 175,000 as a loan and go ahead and purchase this field. Buy land, yes I will. Alrighty, we are now the proud owners of field 8. It's got quite a lot of weeds growing in it. And it's ready to be harvested again right now. So, why don't we go do something about that, yeah? And I think we will do it as all silage, because these are very large bales, and we have plenty of hay in here. I mean, really, we've got plenty of silage too. So let's buy one of those fancy dancy meters. I think they are under miscellaneous here. Maybe. No. All right. How about miscellaneous here? Yeah, one of these guys. So it looks like we've got about 24 hours to go. So tomorrow morning we will be able to start taking these over to the BGA and getting them sold. This one's got 26. So yeah, we're gonna have to be careful about which ones we grab to take over there. These ones are actually ready right now, at least some of them. Silage, silage, silage. That one still says grass. That one says silage. What do we got here? Okay, I'm getting bad readings. Let me go over here. So silage, silage. This is all silage, isn't it? This is the earliest cut stuff. So that makes sense. But these are all silage here. That one's hay. This one's says silage, but that's actually hay. So, all right. So these are all silage. Starting to regret putting them in here with the with that trailer that I leased, but that's all right. We can make it work. So I'll go ahead and put in another little time lapse here of taking care of transporting some silage. I'm just gonna run it across right on the bale fork. It's right across the road. It's gonna take the same amount of time to get it loaded on a trailer. So, alrighty, here we go. Okay, we've put what we can put into the BGA's digester. Our BGA here has a very low capacity, unfortunately. So it is what it is, right? We have now basically completed everything that we need to have done for the day. I might check back later in a few hours to see if the BGA needs something else, but there's just not a whole lot of work to do at this time in the autumn. I'm going to let that grass field go for just a little bit longer, mostly because of not having the need for more silage for anytime soon here. Hey, yay, yay. I was hoping the digester would take, pardon me, take a little more. So what we're going to do instead is take a quick ride in our Land Rover here. And we're going to go just exploring a little bit. I haven't really taken a trip around the whole area since I was young, and just just gonna take a little trip around. Also, there's a gentleman who lives down here in the southwest area who has expressed interest in the mechanism that we're using on our gates, and so I'm gonna stop by and have a quick chat with him as well. So let's boogie. plans for this next planting, I'm definitely gonna have to, plant some crops that help my animals this time around. And I know we've talked about this a little bit already, um, but I've also been thinking some more. I don't think it's necessary to plant everything with crops that's going to help our animals, especially now that we have the grass field. So we can run that as grass to make silage and hay. That gets us our TMR totally taken care of. And I think that if we plant 5 with wheat and 6 with oats, we will have plenty of those for taking care of chickens and horses respectively. Ooh, I better stop and get some fuel. Good thing we're right by the fuel station here. So we'll, have those. And that means that we can plant the big field with a cash crop. Now, I don't know which crop would be best. So if you guys could give me some advice, I would very much appreciate that. All right. We'll get ourselves some diesel here. All right. And let's head on over to this gentleman's house. Maybe on the way back we'll swing through McDonald's and get something to eat. Let's see. His house should be the second one on the right after we make this next left up here, I believe. Yeah. Yep. The green one over there. That's our destination. Okay. Oops. It's not drifting to oncoming traffic here. Wait for this person to move along. Not sure why he wants the gates. Well, he said gate mechanism. I'm considering just selling him the gates. I really, it's a great little gimmick, but I don't actually need them. Maybe this guy wants to put one up here, then I would still have the second one. Where is he? He said he'd be outside in the yard. Do I have the wrong house? I don't think so. Second house on the right after I turn the corner, and it's the green house. Alright, well, we'll just knock on the door here and see what comes of it. I'll be back after I speak to this guy. What a wonderful gentleman. He he apologized for not being where he said he was going to be at. He had to go in and use the restroom, something we're all familiar with, right? That answering that call of nature. Oh, I felt kind of bad. But he's definitely interested in buying actually both of the gates because he owns the house next door as well. I shouldn't say next door. He owns the far house down there, 2 houses down, and he rents that one out. So he would like to have both of them gated, and that works out great for us. We have 2 gates to get rid of, and I'm just gonna sell them to this guy. So we'll get that arranged and taken care of. And I won't have to deal with the gates anymore. It's like I said, they're great for what they are, and I really appreciate what my friend did for me with the Arduinos and the motors and all the sensors and everything. But it doesn't work quite the way that I want it to, you know. And I think this guy's going to be kind of disappointed as well because I don't think they're going to be exactly what he wants. But hey, I'm not going to argue with him. You know, we talked about it. I told him how they worked in a little more detail than I've put on here, and he seems okay with it. So I guess we'll see, won't we? Hmm. You know what? I think that I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'm gonna stop here at the park and maybe wander out onto the wharf and just have a relaxing evening. So I will see you guys. Well, I shouldn't say evening. It's not even the noon hour yet, but a relaxing rest of my day. So used to saying evening because normally we work till later on in the day. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna enjoy a day off. Well, an afternoon off. So I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.